Hello, my name is Sean. Welcome to the channel, and today I'm gonna do something I've never done before, and that's a follow-up video on this iPhone 17 Pro. Now, there's a few things I like about this phone, and a few things I don't like about this phone, and I'm gonna do this a little bit different than the first take I tried to do, and tell you about the things I like, and then the things I don't like. First, I'm gonna start with something I like, and the thing I like the most is this dynamic idling, and that right there is gonna show you a thing I don't like too much in a second. This dynamic island, this thing right here is the truth. This thing expands when you're making calls. It opens up and lets you see who's calling. It tells you how much time you've been on the call. It'll show you, I think it shows you not your battery life, but it shows you how high your voice is when you're doing phone calls and things like that. It also might show you like music you listen to and all that type of stuff, and it expands. I'm not doing it now because I'm not doing anything right now. But the dynamic island on the iPhone, the new iPhone is lit. Now, one thing I don't like, or something it just did when I first opened that app up, was the screen is too damn sensitive. The touch screen is too sensitive. Now, I probably can change the sensitivity on the touch screen so it doesn't open apps when I didn't tell it to, or close apps when I didn't tell it to, or search things when I don't tell it to. But I don't want to mess with the screen. I want to get used to it and have it do what the hell I tell it to instead of doing whatever the hell it wants. Like, I'm talking about I'll hit the corner on this phone, like right here in this corner, and I'll pull an ad up, or I'll pull a new screen up, or pull a video up, or delete whatever I'm doing. I'll hit this corner right here and it'll close the app. Or I'll hit this corner here and it'll make a phone call. What are you doing? Why are you doing all that extra stuff? Why, Apple? Why is your touchscreen so sensitive? I don't like that. See? It just pulled up something I didn't tell it to. So you see, I wasn't just capping. It just pulled that up. I didn't ask for that. Crazy. I don't even know what that is. But yeah, that's one thing I don't like about this phone. That touchscreen, too sensitive. And it pops up and opens stuff when you're just touching in the corner. I don't what is that about? And it did it again. It makes no sense. Now, past the point of not caring about that, let's get to another thing I like about this phone. And I like the actual screen look. Like, it's clean as hell. Now this is old because I got it from an old phone, so my whole setup here is old, but the screen itself is clean as hell. Now, when I got it, I compared it to my own phone because I'm like, they look similar, but this one just the details in it is pops more. This is, I think, an OLED. I think the other one was an OLED too, but this one has way more detail, made more contrast. It's way more colorful and it looks better. And I think that's because I picked a bigger screen size. The screen size is much bigger with this phone, but there's a problem and something I don't like, what I'm about to get into right now, which remind me while I'm looking away from this. Not all your apps fit into this screen. Now I'm gonna play one of my videos for uh, copyright reasons because I don't want to be doing too much sponsoring somebody else's stuff. As you can see, that island right there. That's one thing I don't like about the island. It's supposed to disappear in the phone while you're watching videos. They say you can't really notice it, but you really do notice it, especially when you're watching from a screen that has a whole thing on it where you can see the comments and things like that on YouTube videos. And then when you flip it over, it turns it to this way. So that doesn't really help me much when I'm just trying to get this out of the way. Now I can always pull this. Well, apparently it's not letting me pull it because I'm not trying to look through the thing. Pull this down and have it somewhere else on where I can see it. Might be able to expand it a little bit to have it somewhere else on the phone, but I'm not used to watching videos down here. I'm used to watching them up here. So that's really where I want it. I want to be able to move it here without this island getting in the way. I love the island. I think the island is perfect for phone calls and things of that nature. It shows you all type of stuff like that. I really love it for that. But for watching content up here on my YouTube, where I usually like looking at it so I can get in the comments and be nosy and see what people are saying in the comments, I don't really care for it. Like, it's really in the way. Also, with the bigger screen settings, the apps don't really fit all the way in the screen. You got to do a bunch of finagling to get the whole app. Like being able to close this video if I want to close it and hit up in the screen where it has a little arrow. Sometimes that arrow doesn't pull the screen down. You see, it just kind of pause the screen. And I want this off. I had to pull it down and then get rid of it. I don't really care for that. That's also the thing I don't like. Now, what I do like is the camera. The camera on this thing is pretty damn good, which I'm going to show you in a second. Uh, like right now, this is the iPhone 17 Pro camera. As you can see, it looks pretty good. I'm looking as old as I ever do. Neck is not there, but what can you do? And it's a little blown out because my light from my regular camera is here, blown out the picture. But you can see it looks pretty good. And this is the front facing camera. This looks pretty damn good. Actually, it looks perfect. I would use this for YouTube any day of the week over my expensive mirrorless Sony camera. I would use this over that if I didn't have this. But you know, I could do a little more with this Sony camera than I can. Yeah, back to my main camera setup. That's one thing I do like about this phone is the camera. The camera is perfect. Um, I'm not really big on saying what I like and don't like about certain items I get because I'll usually get used to it or it'll stop bothering me after a while. It's more personal preference than anything. So I say that 2 times fast, I pretty much did. So, it's not really too many other things I don't like about this phone that I can think of. The major thing I don't like is the popping up and things like this. Small things I don't like the this always on um thing. I don't really care for that. I like to have my phone where I can cut it off and things like that. And there's really no way you can do that. I could cut it off, but I think always on is better for the battery. At least that's what I'm hearing. Better for the screen. That's what I'm hearing. And I'm not trying to waste another or kill another phone's battery and have to replace it again in 6 years. 6 years is not a bad time to be replacing phones. I want to replace this in 3 years. I'm just saying. What I do like is this. I think this is a great way to call to who? Siri. I don't know why I tried to cut her off before she heard me. I think
Don't worry about it.
I think that's perfect. I like the way it looks. That's futuristic. It's one of the best features I've ever seen on iPhone. Chef's kiss. What I don't like, and I'm doing this fast, is Siri Advanced. Garbage. That is trash. ChatGPT, Siri, trash. Useless to me. I don't have a use for that. I asked it a question and I asked it to read it to me and it act like I didn't know what I was talking about. You're supposed to be an advanced version of Siri. Siri would have read that, probably. Wouldn't have did a good job, but it would have did it. This didn't act like it wanted to do any of that. So that's one thing I don't really care for. What I do like is this blue color. A lot of people gonna get this in that burnt orange. I don't like that. Um, red is my favorite color. I thought about getting it in red. I don't even know if this comes in red, but to me, red is not a professional color. This blue is professional. It also matches my um iMac back there and the blue thing I got going on with my tablets. It's just a little more professional. I do have a case for it. I'm not ridiculous, but I don't have a case. I just took it off for this video. It's a regular case. Costs about $9, whatever. And I would say something else I like about it is volume. The volume on this is pretty damn good. You can hear the songs and the vocals in it is clear as hell. In a crowded area, you can hear this pretty good. People can hear you. The microphones in this, the microphone placement is pretty damn good. It's down firing with the speakers, still sounds pretty damn good. What I don't like, or which I think should be a little bit better, is this MagSafe um, is not strong at all. I had a um, accessory where I could do POV shots or whatever, where I could film what I'm doing in POV. And I was testing it out and I moved around, moved slightly, and this went flipping off into the ground. I don't like that. I think this Smash Station should be a lot better than what it actually is. It's kind of like one of those things you think it'd be better than the last phone I had, and they're the same. It's been 6 years since I owned that phone. This should be on a totally different level than that, but this really isn't. Now, I'm gonna put this back in this case. Another thing, even though the next thing I want to talk about is it has to be out the case for that, is the design. This is one of the best looking iPhones I've ever seen. Now, some people might say the iPhone Air looks better. I don't think so. This is on a different level. This looks like a step up compared to the phone I'm replacing it with. That phone had, these three different lenses on it compared to the 11, which had the just straight one strip, and then well, the X had the straight one strip. The 11 had these three here, but not this island here. That was like you could tell was a step above, and then they just never looked any different. This looks different from the iPhones that came before it. Now the Air probably looks slightly more attractive to other people, but it doesn't really look like an iPhone. It's lighter in all those situations, but this one right here is like futuristic. Like this is the one. Like, I really do like that design. Now I think I'm gonna have to end this whole video here because there's not really anything else I like or dislike about the phone. It's an iPhone. If you had an iPhone before, like I said in the unboxing, then you had an iPhone before. It's performs better than my old phone. It's got more features that that phone does not have. It has a better speaker, has way more capacity, has, I can say way more things to this phone. It's a little bit faster to my eye. It might be way faster. I just can't perceive it. When I pick up my old phones, they run about the same speed. The iPhone X is lagging behind, not even by a little, actually, it's by quite a bit. Like the leap from the 11 to the X is like night and day. The X is not as fast as that 11, but the 11 is damn near as fast as this phone. And I don't know if it's because, you know, this might be locked at 30 or 60 FPS or whatever frames. It's not as quick when I'm doing my thing, but you know, what can you do about that? The video is better for this. The camera is better, way better than that phone. Like that phone, you could tell it was on an old iPhone. This one is 100% modern in its camera setup and color accuracy and things of that nature. And I'm sure the things you can do with this are on a different scale. I haven't tried that yet. I'm actually gonna start shooting some videos with this. So you're gonna be seeing some videos on the iPhone, and y'all can tell me if it looks better than my Sony EV. Is it ZVE10 Mark II mouthful, or if the Sony is unmatched. But this right here, camera wise, perfect. So if you have an iPhone laying around, you want to do this, just use the iPhone. Granted, this is expensive as hell. I want to say I don't know what's actually what this costs. I haven't seen it yet. I think this is around $1,100. Could be 12. That's ridiculous. Like the other ones cost, $1,000 when I bought them. But 1,100, 1,200 is crazy. 1,300, crazy. I would never pay that for a phone. I just did it. I didn't have a choice. I needed a new phone, and now I got it. So yeah, those are the things I like and dislike. Now, it might seem like I was yammering a little bit because I was. Seemed like I was yapping a little bit because I was. I'm tired, guys. I'm got a hot light beaming down on me, like, and I'm sweating because I'm wearing a hat because I have a huge forehead and I'm possibly balding. I don't know. So yeah, y'all gotta forgive me if you catch me yapping in these videos. I don't write a script. You see, I reshot this because that one was going too long and I done went past it. So yeah, but those are the things I like about this iPhone 11 or 11, 17 Pro. Maybe one of these years I might jump to a Pro Max. I don't got big hands. You see, I can't barely handle this phone. So, I'm gonna have to test that out. See, that is a step above this, but you know, this right here, perfect. So with that said, if you like the video, like the video. If you dislike the video, dislike the video. You want to see what I got planned next for this channel? Come see what I got planned for this channel. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.